rank and position within the military?
Staff Sergeant Brandon Santos, United States Marine Corps, currently a recruiter in Joliet, Illinois.
Okay. How old were you when you first enlisted into the military?
I was 17 years old.
Okay. With parental consent?
Yes, my mother and father both had to sign off.
Okay. How often do 17-year-old citizens enlist in the military?
It's about half and half. Currently, we have, I want to say, approximately 10 individuals who are 17 in our delay entry program, with a total of being 40 plus, like, give or take, like 2 or 3 in our delay entry program. So fairly often, but not as often as you'd think.
Okay. Has there ever been a case where a 17-year-old or younger has enlisted in the military without parental consent?
There was one that we got taught in recruiter school about. A 17-year-old was able to enlist. However, we had to pull court docs saying that they were emancipated. Well, not us, but the recruiter that was dealing with the case. The individual was emancipated from his parents, and they had to go to the court to pull all documentation stating that he is officially emancipated, living on his own, and everything like that. So he was able to enlist into the Marine Corps without parental consent because he had that documentation.
So if you're emancipated, then you are able to sign off on your own papers at the age of 17?
Yes, it has to be a legitimate through the court system emancipation.
Okay. What is the cutoff age for joining the military?
For the Marine Corps, and everyone's different, you cannot go to recruit training before your 29th birthday.
Okay. And then why is this the cutoff?
For the Marine Corps specifically, it's because due to the rigors of our recruit training, it's a lot harsher. You have to go through a lot more than of the branches. It's 13 weeks long. It's literally day in, day out. You are training. We see individuals who may be, 30, early 30s come in. They look pretty fit. However, with that kind of age gap, going through those kind of rigors is a lot tougher on them.
Okay. How come you can serve past the maximum age in the military, but you cannot join past that restricted age?
It's all about conditioning if you think about it. So if you're joining at a young age, anywhere between 17 to around 22, 23, or even up to like your mid to late 20s, you're conditioning your body to go through the rigors over and over again. Because after recruit training, you still have to keep up with like a lot of conditioning hikes, our physical fitness tests, our combat fitness tests. Now, there's age brackets for those different activities as well. Once you actually reach a certain age of the Marine Corps, I want to say it's somewhere in the late 30s, early 40s, you don't run a typical physical fitness test that comprises of a 3-mile run, max set of pull-ups, and max set of crunches in 2 minutes. They nix out the run portion, especially for the older Marines, and they have to do a row machine. I forget the time constraints on that. But since they are older, since they've been through so much in the Marine Corps, they didn't really loosen up. But because of their age and everything like that, they have to show that they're still physically fit. But obviously, they can't run a 3-mile just like an 18-year-old can. So that's why for the Marine Corps, we call off the age there, but you can still continue on if you're already enlisted. Is because your body's already conditioned to go through that kind of rigors that is kind of muscle memory at that point. You don't have to recondition your body or retransform it into something else.
Okay, so are there any exceptions to the minimum and the maximum age, like restrictions?
There's no exceptions, at least for us there isn't. Never mind, there is. So one, I guess it's not really a waiver, but one thing that's a little bit different is if you served prior to the Marine Corps, like in the Army, Navy, or Air Force, and you want to join the Marine Corps, however many years that you served in a different branch actually gets taken off the total. So let's say you are, 30 years old, you want to come to the Marine Corps. Obviously, that's past your 29th birthday. We can't really accept you. However, you served 4 years in the Army. 30 minus 5 is 25, and that's how the Marine Corps sees it. You served, X amount of time in a different branch of service, but you're, however many years old, we take that off so that way, because you're already military conditioned and everything like that. So that's how we see it.
Okay, so going back to you, you said that you joined at 17, correct?
I did, yes.
How long before then were you sure that you wanted to join the military?
That's something that I ask myself a lot. No, I kind of had an inclination to join the military at a younger age. And obviously with just growing up, going through junior high, high school, things changed. It wasn't until the summer of my junior year, going on to my senior year, where I actually got contacted by all the military reps. The first one just so happened to be a Marine Corps recruiter, and after he talked to me, I had more of an idea of what to expect. Obviously, I did my research. I talked to other recruiters, but at the end of the day, it took me like a solid month, maybe a little bit less than that, to really figure out that this is something I'm doing.
Okay. And then, how long did it take for you to convince your parents that you were absolutely sure?
It took me about a week. Only for the sheer fact that my mother really didn't like the idea of her son going off into the military, especially the Marine Corps, because two of my uncles are Marines, and she just remembers some of the stories that they had, and she remembers that she didn't like hearing them. So for her son to pursue the same exact thing, she was a big fan of. But I pretty much told her that either she tries to get on board with me and be supportive of me right now, or at the age of 18, I'm going to do myself. And for her, she might rather be supportive early in age, so that way she could kind of see the progress. And my dad was easy enough. I just told him that I want to join. He's like, okay, what do you need from me? I need you to sign. So he came in and signed.